sometimes the truth is harder to accept than the lie itself. The idea that extraterrestrial beings have visited or influenced Earth has a long history. Throughout the ages, people have speculated about the possible existence of extraterrestrial life and the role that aliens may have in the development of humanity. Throughout humanity's existence, one question has persistently echoed in the corridors of human curiosity. How did we catapult from the primitive existence of hunter-gatherers to the sophisticated civilizations adorned with culture and technology that define our world today in such a short period of time? In the eyes of conventional understanding, the timeline of human progress appears implausibly short. Think about this. Humans and modern primates, like chimpanzees and bonobos, share a common ancestor that lived around 5 to 7 million years ago. Since then, our lineages have undergone separate evolutionary journeys. These animals have been around the same as the human race, yet we evolved to what we are today, and these animals are still evolving. How is that? How did we evolve this fast? Humans have evolved complex cognitive abilities, advanced tool use, language, and culture, which have contributed to our dominance as a species. According to scientific understanding, the trajectory from our humble beginnings to the intricate societies we've built raises eyebrows. Our advancement seems to demand a closer examination. How did we become so advanced this fast? Did another race of beings come down to help humanity rise to a higher level? The idea that extraterrestrial beings have visited or influenced Earth has a long history. Throughout the ages, people have speculated about the possible existence of extraterrestrial life and the role that aliens may have in the development of humanity, and you're about to see why. In Sumerian myths, the Anunnaki were revered celestial deities who descended to Earth, playing a crucial role in shaping Sumerian civilization. These divine beings actively guided and shared profound wisdom with the Sumerians, significantly influencing the establishment and growth of their society, leaving behind evidence in tablets. What about the Dogon people of Mali, West Africa? They hold a captivating myth about beings known as the Nomo, celestial beings believed to originate from the Sirius star system. According to Dogon mythology, the Nomo were extraordinary creatures with both aquatic and humanoid attributes. These extraterrestrial beings were thought to have shared profound knowledge with the Dogon tribe, significantly shaping their understanding of astronomy. A particularly intriguing facet of the Dogon myth lies in the extensive knowledge they possessed about the Sirius star system. Sirius A and Sirius B sounds normal, right? But what if I told you they had this knowledge before Galileo and modern telescopes? In Mayan and Aztec cultures, Kukulkan and Quetzalcoatl hold a revered status as feathered serpent deities, symbolizing wisdom, knowledge, and cultural progress. What adds a captivating twist, Kukulkan is theorized to be an advanced being who bestowed transformative knowledge upon the Mayan civilization. The Mayans, celebrated for their exceptional accomplishments in astronomy, mathematics, and architecture, may have found inspiration in the teachings attributed to Kukulkan. Some interpretations propose that the strides made by the Mayan civilization were influenced by the guidance of this feathered serpent deity. Could these stories explain an outside influence in our rapid advancement in civilization? And could it mean that these beings will come back? Well, let's find out. Sit back, grab a snack, because we're about to dive deep. Did extraterrestrials play a role in human civilization? The Anunnaki, according to ancient Sumerian texts, were powerful and godlike beings who descended from the heavens to Earth around 4000 BCE. The Sumerians, residing in ancient Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq and Iran, credited the Anunnaki for their impressive technological advancements that transformed their way of life. This celestial influence manifested in the invention of the plow, the development of cuneiform writing, and the establishment of a sophisticated timekeeping system. Originating from a distant planet named Nibiru, which entered our solar system every 3,600 years, the Anunnaki's arrival was driven by the deteriorating conditions on their home planet, leading them to Earth in pursuit of gold, a vital element for their planet's restoration. In Sumerian mythology, the Anunnaki were not merely extraterrestrial visitors. They were creators, teachers, and influencers who played a central role in shaping the foundation of Sumerian civilization. They were looked as like gods. According to the Epic of Atrahasis, one of the many cuneiform tablets found and dated 2000 BCE, the Anunnaki engaged in genetic engineering, modifying the DNA of early humans to create a hybrid race that served as their workers. This manipulation allegedly bestowed advanced abilities and intelligence upon humans. Some theories propose that non-coding sequences in human DNA, often called junk DNA, may be remnants of Anunnaki genetic modifications. It was said that they purposely messed with our DNA sequence so we won't have the abilities that we were supposed to have. The Anunnaki's impact extended beyond technological advancements, reaching into the realms of knowledge and education. Revered as celestial beings, They bestowed the Sumerians with a wealth of knowledge spanning agriculture, writing, and mathematics. Advanced agricultural techniques facilitated surplus food production, fostering population growth and urbanization. The gift of cuneiform writing paved the way for efficient record-keeping and communication, laying the groundwork for administrative systems and cultural preservation. Medical advancements form another facet of the Anunnaki's influence. The Anunnaki shared advanced medical knowledge with the Sumerians, contributing to their expertise in herbal remedies and surgical techniques. The Sumerians' ability to treat various ailments and injuries may reflect a level of medical sophistication influenced by the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki's purported expertise in construction techniques is attributed to the construction of monumental structures such as ziggurats. These towering edifices, characterized by intricate designs, may have required engineering insights beyond the capabilities of the Sumerians of that era. The alleged knowledge in architecture could have played a role in the creation of structures serving religious, administrative, and cultural purposes. Metallurgy and material sciences come into focus through the Anunnaki's quest for gold. The extraction and utilization of gold for their purposes might have involved advanced techniques, indirectly influencing Sumerian advancements in metallurgy and contributing to the development of tools and artifacts. Astronomical understanding is highlighted by the Sumerians' impressive grasp of celestial bodies and their movements. The Anunnaki shared insights into astronomy, enabling the Sumerians to develop sophisticated observational techniques crucial for religious practices, timekeeping, and agricultural planning. Archaeological and historical evidence, such as the Sumerian king list and the Epic of Gilgamesh, is often cited to support the idea of Anunnaki influence. The Sumerian king list includes rulers with remarkably long lifespans, suggesting advanced knowledge, while the Epic of Gilgamesh contains a flood myth predating the biblical story of Noah's Ark. Depictions of winged beings known as Apkallu in Sumerian art are considered by some as representations of the Anunnaki. These winged beings, often portrayed with the lower body of a fish and the upper body of a human, are thought to symbolize purification and fertilization. Researchers propose that encounters with the Anunnaki inspired stories of powerful, godlike beings in different cultures. In the realm of technology, suggestions arise that the Anunnaki possessed advanced knowledge, which they shared with ancient civilizations like the Sumerians, contributing to their technological progress. Culturally, the Anunnaki's influence manifested in various rituals, ceremonies, and religious practices. The Sumerians, deeply entrenched in their belief in the Anunnaki's role as creators, developed elaborate religious ceremonies to honor and appease these celestial entities. Temples dedicated to the Anunnaki became centers of cultural and spiritual life, fostering a sense of communal identity. Festivals and rituals, marked by expressions of gratitude and offerings, celebrated the perceived connection between the Anunnaki and the prosperity of Sumerian civilization. The Anunnaki's alleged influence extends to the realms of religion and mythology globally, with similarities found in various ancient pantheons. Things are about to get weird as we take a trip to Mali, West Africa, to meet a civilization that knew about the stars before any technological advancements. In the 1930s, Marcel Griol, a French anthropologist and ethnographer, embarked on an expedition to West Africa, including the region where the Dogon tribe resides. During his fieldwork, he and his team established contact with the Dogon people. At first, the Dogon tribe did not trust the researcher, but after 15 years of living with the tribe, things took an interesting turn. 4 Dogon priests shared their most important secret knowledge with the French researchers. The Dogon priests said that Sirius had a companion star that was invisible to the human eye. They also stated that the star moved in a 50-year elliptical orbit around Sirius, that it was small and incredibly heavy, and that it rotated on its axis. Initially, the anthropologists wrote it off, publishing the information in an obscure anthropological journal because they didn't appreciate the astronomical importance of the information. What they didn't know was that since 1844, astronomers had suspected that Sirius A had a companion star. This was in part determined when it was observed that the path of the star wobbled. In 1862, Alvin Clark discovered the second star, making Sirius a binary star system, 2 stars. In the 1920s, it was determined that Sirius B, the companion of Sirius, was a white dwarf star. White dwarfs are small, dense stars that burn dimly. The pull of its gravity causes Sirius's wavy movement. Sirius B is smaller than planet Earth. The Dogon name for Sirius B is Po-Tolo. It means star, Tolo, and smallest seed. Seed refers to creation. In this case, human creation. By this name, they describe the star's smallness. It is, they say, the smallest thing there is. They also claim that it is the heaviest star and is white in color. The Dogon thus attribute to Sirius B its 3 principal properties as a white dwarf: small, heavy, white. it became apparent that they possessed a rich oral tradition and cosmological knowledge that piqued Grial's interest. The Dogon priests, known as the Hogon, were the custodians of this ancient wisdom, passed down through generations. The Hogon is regarded as the spiritual leader of the Dogon community, responsible for guiding religious practices, interpreting cosmological knowledge, and ensuring the spiritual well-being of the people. One of the primary responsibilities of the Hogon is to safeguard the sacred knowledge inherited from previous generations. This includes the intricate details of cosmology, myths, and rituals that form the core of Dogon belief systems. The Hogon is an expert in Dogon rituals, overseeing ceremonies and ensuring they are conducted in accordance with the traditional practices. This expertise extends to the performance of sacred rites, often associated with celestial events and agricultural cycles. The transmission of knowledge among the Dogon is predominantly oral. The Hogon, as the custodian, plays a central role in orally imparting the cosmological insights, myths, and rituals to the next generation. Well, how did the Dogon tribe get this knowledge? Well, Dogon mythology states that Nomo was the first living creature created by the sky god Amma. Shortly after his creation, the Namo underwent a transformation and multiplied into 4 pairs of twins. One of the twins rebelled against the universal order created by Amma. To restore order to his creation, Amma sacrificed another of the Nomo progeny, whose body was dismembered and scattered throughout the world. This dispersal of body parts is seen by the Dogon as the source for the proliferation of Binu shrines throughout the Dogon's traditional territory. Wherever a body part fell, a shrine was erected. The Nomo allegedly descended from the sky in a vessel accompanied by fire and thunder. After arriving, the Nomos created a reservoir of water and subsequently dove into the water. The Dogon legends state that the Nomos required a watery environment in which to live. According to the myth related to Grial and Dieterlen, the Nomo divided his body among men to feed them. That is why it is also said that as the universe had drunk of his body, the Nomo also made men drink. He gave all his life principles to human beings. The Nomo was crucified on a tree, but was resurrected and returned to his homeworld. Dogon legend has it that he will return in the future to revisit the earth in a human form. Marcel Grial, with the help of an interpreter and guide named Ogotameli, delved into the Dogon's complex belief system, rituals, and myths. One of the most intriguing aspects of the Dogon cosmology is their detailed knowledge of celestial bodies, particularly the Sirius star system. The Dogon were aware of Sirius A and its invisible companion, Sirius B, which is a white dwarf. The Dogon tribe possessed this astronomical knowledge long before the advent of modern telescopes. The Dogon's understanding of Sirius B's elliptical orbit around Sirius A and their association of it with a 60-year cycle, known as the Sigui ceremony, added layers of complexity to their cosmological insights. But how did the Dogon tribe have access to this knowledge? Well, according to the Dogons, the Nomos came down from the stars and taught them everything they know about civilization and taught them the secrets of creation and astronomy. The word Nomos is derived from a Dogon word meaning to make one drink. The Nomos are usually described as amphibious, hermaphroditic, fish-like creatures. Folk art depictions of the Nomos show creatures with humanoid upper torsos, legs, feet, and a fish-like lower torso and tail. The Nomos are also referred to as masters of the water, the monitors, and the teachers. Namo can be a proper name of an individual or can refer to the group of spirits as a whole. Within Dogon beliefs, the Nomos are more than mythical figures. They are revered as cultural and spiritual mentors. Their arrival is marked by the bestowal of invaluable knowledge upon the Dogon community. The Nomos are credited with introducing essential wisdom encompassing agricultural practices, astronomical insights, and various cultural nuances. Their teachings are foundational to Dogon life, influencing everything from farming techniques to spiritual rituals. The Nomos' presence holds profound cosmological implications for the Dogon people. Their descent to Earth is intricately linked to the creation and order of the universe, serving as cosmic architects. The Dogon attribute specific celestial bodies, such as Sirius A and Sirius B, to the Nomos' influence, establishing a celestial connection that shapes their cosmological worldview. Dogon rituals and ceremonies bear the indelible mark of Nomo teachings. The Sigui ceremony, occurring every 60 years, stands out as a testament to their enduring influence. During these communal events, the Nomos are invoked as central figures, guiding and shaping the spiritual fabric of the Dogon community. Their presence is palpable in the rhythm of chants, the symbolism of artifacts, and the rhythm of ceremonial dances. The Nomos are revered as creative and procreative beings, intricately linked to the essence of life and fertility. They hold a pivotal role in the natural order, influencing the Dogon's understanding of the interconnectedness of life forms. The Dogon attribute the forces of renewal and regeneration to the benevolent influence of the Nomos, further emphasizing their role as cosmic life-givers. Beyond their physical attributes, the Nomos are enveloped in mystique and spirituality in Dogon mythology. They are perceived not merely as historical figures, but as enduring forces that shape the spiritual well-being of the Dogon people. Their mystical presence resonates in the Dogons' daily lives, influencing everything from religious practices to the interpretation of natural phenomena. In summary, the Nomos, as envisioned by the Dogon people, are celestial mentors with amphibious characteristics, cultural custodians, and cosmic architects, leaving an indelible mark on every facet of Dogon culture. The ancient Mayan civilization of Central America has astounded archaeologists and researchers for decades, and it seems that more and more puzzling discoveries related to this ancient culture continue to be made. These were people who were obsessed with astronomy, boasting a highly advanced calendar that is still accurate to this day. The Mayan Empire, centered in the tropical lowlands of what is now Guatemala, reached the peak of its power and influence around the 6th century AD. The Maya excelled at agriculture, pottery, writing, calendars, and mathematics, and left behind an astonishing amount of impressive architecture and symbolic artwork. Unlike other scattered indigenous populations of Mesoamerica, the Maya were centered in one geographical block covering all of the Yucatan Peninsula and modern-day Guatemala, Belize, and parts of the Mexican states of Tabasco and Chiapas, and the western part of Honduras and El Salvador. The Classic period, which began around AD 250, was the golden age of the Maya Empire. Classic Maya civilization grew to some 40 cities, including Tikal, Huaxactún, Copan, Bonampak, Dos Pilas, Calakmul, Palenque, and Rio Bec. Each city held a population of between 5,000 and 50,000 people. At its peak, the Maya population may have reached 2 million or as many as 10 million. Excavations of Maya sites have unearthed plazas, palaces, temples, and pyramids. But this didn't happen out of nowhere. The Mayans attributed this knowledge and technology to a being that came down from the stars and thought them this, similar to the other civilizations mentioned. This celestial being was known as Kukulkan or Quetzalcoatl. In Maya mythology, Kukulkan plays a significant role in the creation of the world, and the attribution of this god to the act of creation is deeply rooted in the narratives found in the Popol Vuh, the sacred book of the Quiché Maya. Kukulkan's association with creation is intertwined with the broader Maya cosmogony outlined in the Popol Vuh. The Popol Vuh describes the divine acts of the hero twins, Hunahpu and Xbalanque, who embark on a series of mythic adventures, including encounters with gods and supernatural beings. Kukulkan is often linked to these cosmic events, portraying a deity actively involved in shaping the world and humanity. Kukulkan's involvement in the creation narrative extends beyond a mere observer. Rather, the god is depicted as a participant in pivotal moments. The hero twins, as central figures in the Popol Vuh, engage in acts that bring order to the cosmos and establish fundamental aspects of Maya life. The Mayans claimed that Kukulkan was a divine god that brought them a wide range of domains, including agriculture, astronomy, governance, and religious practices. Kukulkan's association with creation is symbolically represented through the deity's characteristics. As a feathered serpent, Kukulkan embodies both celestial and earthly elements. The serpent before the Bible made it evil is often a symbol of transformation, regeneration, and cyclical renewal in all cultures. Kukulkan were often credited with providing agricultural knowledge essential for Maya survival. This included guidance on planting, harvesting, and agricultural rituals associated with ensuring fertility and abundance. The gods were seen as benevolent forces promoting agricultural prosperity. The Maya practiced advanced agricultural techniques, including slash-and-burn farming and terracing. They cultivated crops like maize, corn, beans, and squash. The Maya maize god was central to their agricultural beliefs, symbolizing the cycle of planting, growth, and harvest. Maya civilization was renowned for its advanced understanding of astronomy. Gods like Kukulkan were believed to have bestowed upon the Maya intricate knowledge of celestial bodies, planetary movements, and the development of sophisticated calendars. The Maya used this astronomical knowledge for timekeeping, religious ceremonies, and societal planning. Maya astronomers developed a highly accurate calendar, including the long count and tzolk'in. Structures like El Caracol at Chichen Itza were aligned with astronomical events, such as the equinoxes. These alignments showcased the Maya's profound understanding of celestial cycles. Kukulkan was attributed to the construction of the pyramids in these Mayan civilizations. Maya cities featured impressive architectural marvels, including pyramids, temples, and observatories. The gods were often associated with the transmission of architectural and engineering knowledge, guiding the construction of sacred spaces and structures aligned with astronomical events. Maya cities featured impressive pyramids, such as the Pyramid of Kukulkan at Chichen Itza, The precise construction and alignment of these structures demonstrated advanced architectural and engineering skills influenced by celestial events. Gods were associated with knowledge of medicinal plants and healing practices. The Maya believed that gods provided guidance on the use of specific plants for medicinal purposes, contributing to the development of traditional healing methods. The Maya had an extensive knowledge of medicinal plants. Glyphs and images on pottery depict herbal remedies. The use of plants like tobacco and copal resin in religious rituals also had medicinal and purifying significance. Gods were central to Maya creation myths, explaining the origins of the world and humanity. They offered cosmological insights, detailing the order of the universe, the creation of humans, and the interconnectedness of all living things. This knowledge provided a foundational understanding of the Maya worldview. The Popol Vuh, the sacred Maya text, details the hero twins' journey and the gods' role in creation. It provides insights into the Maya cosmological understanding, emphasizing the gods' involvement in shaping the world and humanity. Kukulkan at times is portrayed as an ally or guide to the hero twins, emphasizing a collaborative role in the cosmic order. Kukulkan's association with creation is symbolically represented through the deity's characteristics. As a feathered serpent, Kukulkan embodies both celestial and earthly elements. The serpent, in various cultures, is often a symbol of transformation, regeneration, and cyclical renewal. In the context of Maya beliefs, Kukulkan's presence suggests a force that brings about cosmic order and rejuvenation. Maya astronomers closely observed celestial bodies, and Venus in particular held great significance. Kukulkan's ties to Venus further amplify the god's cosmic role. Alignments of celestial events, such as the movements of Venus, were integrated into Maya rituals and timekeeping, reinforcing Kukulkan's association with the cosmic order and the regulation of time. For the Maya, creation was not a one-time event but an ongoing process woven into the fabric of their lives. Kukulkan's role in this continuous creation is reflected in rituals, ceremonies, and agricultural practices. The cyclical nature of time and the interplay between celestial events and terrestrial life reinforce Kukulkan's significance in maintaining this delicate balance. Specific episodes in the Popol Vuh narrate Kukulkan's interactions with the hero twins, providing a mythological foundation for the god's role in creation. Ritual practices, including ceremonies associated with agricultural cycles and celestial events, demonstrate how Kukulkan's presence was invoked to ensure fertility, abundance, and the perpetuation of life. Could the gods from cultures around the world be ancient aliens? If we look at history, there has been a common theme throughout. There has always been a group of beings or a being that came from the sky to help humanity, or sometimes destroy. Even though these cultures are diverse, these stories are surprisingly alike. For example, the Bible is not the only book that speaks of world devastation. Then a prominent figure or entity comes and tries to raise society up again. In the ancient Sumerian flood myth that predated the Bible and other holy books, it speaks of a catastrophic flood coming to wipe out humanity. The story talks about a king named Ziusudra. He is the hero who receives a warning from the god Enki about an impending flood intended to wipe out humanity. Enki instructs Ziusudra to build a large boat to save himself, his family, and various animals. After the floodwaters recede, Ziusudra offers sacrifices, and he and his wife are granted immortality by the gods. We see the same theme in ancient Hindu scriptures that talks about a follower of Lord Vishnu receiving a warning of an incoming devastating flood. Tell me if you see any similarities. It goes like this. Long ago, there was a king named Manu, who was a virtuous and devout follower of the god Vishnu. One day, as Manu was performing his daily rituals by the river, a tiny fish swam into his hands and pleaded for protection. Out of compassion, Manu placed the fish in a jar, but it kept growing rapidly. Realizing that it was no ordinary fish, Manu moved it to larger and larger containers, but the fish continued to outgrow them. Finally, the fish revealed its divine identity as Lord Vishnu. Vishnu informed Manu about an impending deluge that would submerge the entire world. He instructed Manu to build a large boat and take with him 7 sages, seeds of all plants, one of each animal species, and the sacred scriptures. Vishnu, in the form of the fish, would then guide the boat through the floodwaters. Manu followed Vishnu's instructions, and when the flood came, he boarded the boat with the sages and the pairs of animals. As the waters rose, the fish, Vishnu, towed the boat to safety. After the floodwaters receded, Manu, along with the seeds and animals, played a crucial role in repopulating the earth. This flood myth also predates the Bible and the Noah's Ark story. We can see a common theme with all of these cultures around the world. Again, it starts with the ending of one civilization and the start of another. At the start of the new civilization, there is always a celestial being that comes from the stars and teaches humanity how to rise up again. It seems like a never-ending pattern. In my previous video, I spoke about cargo cult civilizations. This originated during World War II, specifically in the island of Melanesia. The United States during the war dropped off cargo to the people of this island. They brought them food, water, medical supplies, and war equipment. The people of the island never saw anything like this and started treating the US soldiers like gods. They saw the technology at the time, such as airplanes and weapons, as godlike technology, and they started worshiping these soldiers. When the war ended and the soldiers never came back, the people of the island started making shrines and making airplanes and runway towers out of wood and straw in hopes of attracting the cargo again. They painted their faces and prayed to the USA flag because that's the symbols they saw on the airplanes. The people of the island thought the advanced technology and the soldiers coming in were gods. What if these ancient civilizations, after facing devastating floods, encountered beings with advanced technology that seemed godlike to them? Imagine these beings took advantage of the situation, walking among humans like powerful deities because people had never seen anything like it. The stories of these encounters turned into tales of gods descending from the skies. As these beings realized the reverence and power bestowed upon them, they became figures of worship. Statues were made of them. We started dressing like them and made them into deities. Anything more powerful than us, we look at it as God. Even today, we make statues and sculptures of many important figures throughout history, the same way these ancient civilizations did. Why would God want mass sacrifice? Another common theme with these gods are the mass sacrifice of humans and animals. What if these beings exploited their godlike status? The sacrifices, once considered offerings to appease the gods, could have been a means for these advanced beings to assert control and sustain their influence. Take the ancient Maya, for example. Their bloodletting rituals, involving sacrifices of animals and even humans, were viewed as a way to communicate with the gods. What if, in reality, these rituals served the interests of the advanced beings who reveled in the power bestowed upon them through such practices? Consider the possibility that the notion of sacrificing to the gods was a manipulation by these beings to maintain authority and control over civilizations that were still grappling with the aftermath of cataclysmic events. The stories of gods might have been a narrative created by these beings to perpetuate their influence and secure offerings to maintain their godlike status. I know this all sounds so far-fetched, right? But what if I told you we are doing this today? Think about this. Some leaders or groups today take advantage of people's beliefs or trust for their own benefit. This happens in some cults or religions with manipulative leaders who may ask their followers to do extreme things, like giving away a lot of money or following harmful practices, all under the pretext of spiritual or personal growth. This shows how individuals or groups can use stories and beliefs to control others and keep them under their influence. The ancient gods of the time knew the power they had and used it over the human race, but sometimes these beings can help us, right? When we look at the ancient Sumerians, they speak about the Anunnakis coming down and showing them how to grow crops and live a life amongst each other. They were the first civilization to start with advanced irrigation systems in which we still use today. The time system we have today were started by the ancient Sumerians. They utilized a sexagesimal, base 60 numeral system, which have influenced the division of hours and minutes that we use today. The Sumerians divided the day into 24 hours, each hour into 60 minutes, and each minute into 60 seconds. This system of time division based on multiples of 60 has endured for thousands of years and remains a fundamental aspect of modern timekeeping. So we can see that these celestial beings that visited ancient Sumer, whatsoever plans they implemented on society or the influence they had, still exist today. As you can see, the human race jumped from hunter-gatherers to what we know today in such a short period of time. I believe that the evidence is out there on why we did. Sometimes the truth is harder to accept than the lie itself. At the beginning of this video, I spoke about how science says that humans share a common ancestor with modern African apes, including chimpanzees. But I've always thought about this. Why is it that we have been around the same time as these animals, yet we evolved into what we are today, and these animals are still evolving? How is this possible? I believe that we were messed with as a human race by ancient beings. I think that the human race is now waking up to our true selves. These ancient gods or celestial beings were advanced. They were thousands of years ahead of us in technology and spirituality. They knew how to manipulate the minds of others and use it to their advantage. Look around the world today. Look at religion and look at what it's causing around the world. The same gods that countries are fighting over are these negative beings that came down to manipulate the human race and help themselves. The impact they left when they came down to Earth thousands of years ago is exactly what they wanted, and it's what's going on in the world today. Just as life holds both good and bad, these celestial entities might have played varied roles, some fostering progress, others manipulating societies for their gain. So my question to you is, do you think this is all just chance, or is there a universal truth here? What do you think the similarities in these ancient stories mean? Do you think that it originated somewhere? And did ancient alien beings come down from the stars to Earth to help raise society? As we come to an end of this video, I want to say thank you so much for staying until the end. Please comment your thoughts on what you think these ancient gods were. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button and like button. YouTube is telling me 90% of my viewers aren't subscribed, so help your best friend on YouTube out. Until next time, continue to explore the unknown and remember to always seek the truth.